The hidden costs of globalization we never discuss. Globalization has transformed our world in ways that extend far beyond the typical economic metrics we hear about. While debates often center on trade balances and job displacement, there are deeper, more subtle costs that rarely make headlines but profoundly shape our societies. One of the most overlooked impacts is the erosion of local knowledge systems. As global supply chains standardize production methods, centuries-old agricultural practices, traditional crafts, and indigenous ways of understanding the environment often disappear. When a small farming community shifts from diverse, locally adapted crops to cash crops for export, we lose not just biodiversity but entire knowledge ecosystems about soil management, seed selection, and sustainable practices that took generations to develop. Cultural homogenization represents another hidden cost. While global connectivity brings obvious benefits, it also creates pressure towards standardized cultural expressions. Local languages decline as global lingua francas dominate commerce and education. Traditional festivals adapt to tourist expectations. Local cuisines incorporate globally available ingredients, gradually losing their distinct regional character. This isn't necessarily bad, but we rarely account for what's lost in these transformations. The psychological and social costs of constant connectivity deserve more attention too. Global markets never sleep, creating expectations of 24/7 availability that strain human rhythms evolved for local community life. The anxiety of competing in global rather than local markets, where your livelihood depends on decisions made by people you'll never meet in places you'll never visit, represents a fundamental shift in how humans experience economic security. Environmental costs extend beyond carbon emissions to include the disruption of local ecological relationships. When production moves to wherever costs are lowest, the environmental knowledge embedded in local communities gets disconnected from the places where goods are actually made. A factory might follow all regulations but still miss crucial ecological relationships that long-term local residents would understand intuitively. Perhaps most significantly, globalization has altered our relationship with time and place in ways that affect human well-being, but resist easy measurement. The ability to communicate instantly across continents is remarkable, but it can also create a sense of placelessness and temporal disconnection that previous generations didn't experience. These aren't arguments against globalization, but rather calls for more honest accounting of its full impact. Understanding these hidden costs might help us design more thoughtful approaches to global integration that preserve what's valuable about local knowledge and community while still capturing the benefits of global connection.